Phenomenal.
Wow. Thank
Phenomenal.
you. Phenomenal.
Give me a second. I got to finish this level of my game.
Nice. So everything kind of showed up great today. Everything was packed really well.
Good.
Justin sent me a box.
I did.
It was very well packed. There were quite a few things inside of it that were cool. A lot of immature males. It was basically a large box of immature male tarantulas.
Young gunslingers.
A pair of very pretty variable king snakes. Some Leonas. And Big Bertha.
Big Bertha,
the
dude,
woman herself,
I don't
dude.
know if you can see, but my wrists are just torn up from her.
For the first time in a long time, there's New World spiders in this house.
Traditional old worlds or new worlds.
Yeah, traditional New Worlds. Yeah,
with like not Avix.
Yeah, not Avix. Although no more Avix, dude. Princess Hot Pants.
Oh, that's right.
I sent her to Kara, so she's living in Iowa now, living the good life.
Far and away.
But she's doing well. So, yeah, everything came great. Everything looks great. Got everything settled in an enclosure. Electric blue. None of them are that big, so perfect. Right in like a 24 ounce deli, and boom.
Yeah, some of those Kigoma are the two that Dritz sent me a while back that were like teeny tiny.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I remember separating those.
Yes, those two are from that batch. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I have a couple from that batch too, dude.
Are they even close to that size?
No,
okay. I feed heavy, dude. Oh, you muted yourself. Timeout. Not my Zen can. There you go. You're back. Speak.
Cool. Good.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I feed heavy, man.
Yeah, I can
feed heavy up until they hit adulthood, or like that just before that maturity stage, and then I cut them back. But like in that like sling to juvie, like I hammer them, dude.
You might as well, right?
I don't know, like the males and stuff too. Like you're saying, if you're trying to time it right with a female, speed it up or pull it back. Temperatures, all that stuff. So,
just a little bit of a gravy train to get started.
That electric blue is one of the ones you sent me too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. That's like moderately sized. Those Kingoma are big though. They're like this. They're probably a molt away from pen. So from being penult. So that's perfect, dude. That RCF is going to get hit with food so hard.
That one just molted literally like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe, it wasn't thrilled. It wasn't thrilled to see me. That Usambara was probably the only pissy one.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone else, the Kingomas were super chill. The electric blue was super chill. That Rosea was so gentle, Justin.
I'm just
not used to that.
She's super mellow, but it's just
super mellow.
It was like all day I've been scratching, like to the point to where I'm starting to bleed a little bit. Like I've been scratching my wrists all day at work because of this.
You have no self-control, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think what it was is like, so I had taken her out of the setup she was in, and I went ahead and emptied the dirt and stuff. And I think as I was
with your hands, and you didn't put gloves on, right?
So that's where it is, because I didn't handle her, like I didn't touch her to get her into the container. Not that she would have cared, but it's from when I was emptying that dirt and shit that I just got absolutely obliterated. This is worse than any of the Theraphosa that I have, if we're being honest. Like.
Really?
This is the worst airing I've had in a minute.
Thus far. Knock on wood.
Yes.
until you do something with that apophysis that you've got over there.
Yeah. I think homie's in pre-molt too, because he's been doing some serious reconstruction on his
enclosure,
little burrow and enclosure and stuff. So
yeah, he could be doing some stuff and things.
What about that Hapalopus? Was that
it was cool. Yeah,
really?
Easy peasy, dude. Yeah.
That one also, I found a molt as I was vialing them up, and I double checked that, and there's nothing there. So that one should be a boy. I'll double, triple check stuff. If I get a molt and I got nothing else to do, I'll go ahead and slap it on the microscope just for practice.
Might as well. Yeah.
No. But that was the first time that I packed. It's not the first time I packed spiders, but it was the first time that I had done like not slings, not quite juvies, like stuff a little bigger, where I had to, again, I was laughing because I made a stop to Dollar Tree to get some paper towel to line the vials, and then I completely forgot about the giant, like 2-pound brick of moss I got that was literally behind me the entire time I'm packing these things. And like I could have just done that.
Could have just used that.
Instead,
what are you gonna do?
45 minutes making sure the vials had enough paper towel in them. A lot of them I took it out, and I didn't take the spider out, but I took the paper out again and added another layer to it. And because I was just like, man, there's a lot of space. Like they got a lot of room in there to kind of wiggle around, which I was kind of worried about. Because when I've received spiders from people, be it Dylan or anybody else, like there's not a lot of wiggle room in there. Like once that spider's in there, it's like they probably couldn't even turn around if they wanted to, which is not a bad thing. But I don't know. I was just looking at it and I was like, shit, there's.
So, I mean, it was good. You did a good job. You did a great job. Okay. I would give you a pat on the back.
Then I told Phil, give me I want your honest feedback.
Yeah, it was perfect.
This is because
it was perfect. The OBTs had already begun webbing the electric blue or webbing and stuff, and they were all just chilling. Like I like moss, and I like having a little bit of moist moss on the bottom, and then filling it up with mostly dry moss. And I like that dry moss to be loosely packed so that the tarantula feels secure, but it can turn around if absolutely necessary. That's what I would do for something this moderately sized, but like obviously this worked very well.
I didn't really dampen anything. Like I cleaned out all those vials, like wiped them out with a sponge and stuff, and they had some moisture in them still. Like I didn't completely.
Yeah, but you got to also think, what are you sending? You know what I mean? What am I sending you, and what are you sending me?
There was really nothing that I felt needed it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh. And it's very little moisture, if any, when I add some. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, it was very well packed. Definitely can't complain. Leonis,
it was way easier.
Screamers.
That female, man, she was a tough one to part with, because like that was one snake that I'm like, I'm never gonna let you go.
Yeah.
But then I was like,
pretty snake. Yeah.
I kind of need to let some stuff go. So
here we are.
Those are going to be nice. And I think Chris still produces more of those vivid milk snake phases.
Yeah, I should hit him up.
If you want more of those, he's for sure making more that are, I think, from the same parents as that female.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But he's got some like, I think he has some shark line and some other stuff, dude. That's
a lot going on there, dude.
Leonis are just
a lot going on. I know.
Of all the mech stuff, like mech stuff, Leonis are it for me. Like I don't really care about Guerreri. I don't really care about any other Mexican king snakes. Like Leonis, that's where it's at for me. I love them. I love there's so much variation. I don't think an ugly one exists.
Yep.
They're freaking incredible. I'm a real big sucker for the milk snake phase stuff in particular. So the ones that look the least like Leonis are the ones I like the most.
That's very Justin Smith.
No.
I really like the orange phase male that you sent. That guy's a fucking screamer.
He's getting more and more peachy, like as time goes on. Like
that's what I'm saying.
His color's gonna be real good as he's getting older, as he gets some size and stuff on him.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled, dude.
I wish I had background on him, but I don't. He just got him.
Doesn't matter. He's heat. Yeah. Don't matter. He could be undocumented. He's beautiful. So
well, there's just it's like the gray band, like alterna locality stuff. There's people that are like take it way too seriously. Yeah, so if it doesn't have a fucking 30-year-long paper trail attached to it, I don't want it. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah.
But
no, I feel that.
Here we are. It's episode 29 of ArachNerds, which is brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com. Go get you a shirt, go get you a hat, go get you a hoodie, go get you a coffee mug, all that stuff. Use the code THN at checkout. Get 15% off your order. That's the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. I just recently added Everglades rat design, and literally like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, I added a new crested gecko. I've been wanting to do a crested gecko design for a while, but just I wanted it to be the right one. Like I've been thinking of ideas, and there was a lot of them where I was like, yeah, I don't care for it. But then I've had this one for a while, and I finally worked on it and got it knocked out, and it is now up there. I think a lot of people will find it relatable because cresteds are there's not a lot mentally they're like the DVD player screensaver. There's that little icon just bouncing around in there. That's kind of what's going on in their little brains. So.
It's not a whole lot. Yeah, I've got one right here. And
God bless them. They're awesome. Yep. They're fun.
Yeah. Very easy. Very fun. Absolutely.
What is Russ saying? Provenance is important these days because so many people are putting things out that they don't have any knowledge about. Yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like locality alterna, I'm not even going to get into it because this is going to turn into like a 30-minute tangent because my feelings on alterna are strong.
They're strong. Yes.
Strong.
Alterna Justin Smith is
it's
strong.
All a lie.
He's a... It's all a lie.
The animals don't give a shit about mile markers or county lines. There's something there. It's just not as like by the coordinate within this 25-yard radius of where this animal was found. Like that has to be the locality. That's Russ said he's talking about bugs. Yes, and that's been a thing too. I know someone posted on Facebook recently. One of the I don't think they're necessarily a bigger seller. I don't think it was Buddha Bugs, but someone posted that they had gotten some pokies that I think turned out to be intergrades or hybrids, I guess. But it wasn't brought to their attention until after the fact they had gotten some. So I don't know. But there was a whole thing they talked about, like, this is why it's important to keep track of what's what and this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so on that front, yes, I do agree. And I think especially with like the absolute clusterfuck that is like Pamphibedius and Formictopus and things like that. Subfusca wearing I got the shirt. Or another good example, at this point, who has pure lowland, highland, who knows? Russ and his Ceratogyrus soapbox. Although I would think, though, with Ceratogyrus, it's not as bad because they've all got the horn, right? Like,
I don't know.
Like a Darlingi and a
Marshalli. I don't know.
Like, could you even make that happen? Like, could it be done? Probably, but like, what is the
potentially
horn? Like, just a half and half of the two? Is it like splitting the difference? I
don't know. It's over my head.
Yeah. I don't know. Just things to chew on and think about, but Jesus, how did we get here? FulviusApparel.com, and then the best community around. Didn't have to drop Facebook groups, drop Facebook groups, and then head over to discord.gg/TA. That is the Tarantula Addicts Discord. It is phenomenal. I'm still have yet to have a bad experience on there. Still,
Justin's learning.
Anybody that I'm like, man, I'm really not a fan of that guy. Like, everyone's cool. Come be cool with us.
A lot of cool, useful things going on there. The World Spider Catalog bot.
We have things in the works.
There's
there's some talk of some TA merch happening soon. We're working on that. That's all I can say. Otherwise, no might might find me and break my kneecaps.
He already knows where you are.
He's already.
He's actually in your refrigerator right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? It was something important.
If you haven't, so the link to the, I guess is okay.
Wait,
do you think?
There's a new
away.
auction feature. There's a new auction feature in the Discord. So there's a huge marketplace for people to buy and sell invertebrates and other.
They said I can put shirts up there if I wanted to, and I'm like,
T-shirts too. Justin, you can buy Justin Smith's T-shirts on there, which is pretty rad.
No, basically it was like, if you want to put stuff up, you can. I'm like, I don't really have anything to sell besides shirts. So I could do like a 5-pack shirt or something. Like, I've thought about it. I don't know when I'll do it, but I've thought about it.
It's actually pretty easy. It's funny. I was reading the instructions on how to set it up because Corey did an auction with one of his Rite that he produced, and it's actually not that bad. Like I'm pretty sure it's so simple a Justin could do it.
Yeah, I haven't, like, it doesn't seem that difficult because I also watched I think they did a little video explaining how to do it. I will probably at some point. I just haven't had time lately with the vasectomy that everyone's, I'm sure, tired of hearing about, and everything else that I've had going on. I just haven't had a whole lot of time. So
yeah, Justin is recovering
and laid up.
Is amidst recovery.
We're a week. It's a week as of today. We're back to 100%
post-op,
buddy.
The post-operative precautions have been lifted.
Just got to get these stitches gone, and we're golden.
Yeah, man, he's just waiting on the stitches. From what I hear,
they itch.
That is exhilarating.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the website, is it considered the bot if it's like the separate website?
No, because the bot is a function of Discord that No made.
Like,
so
it's based off
the
of
website.
That, right?
Correct. It integrates that website into Discord. Yeah.
Okay, so in the description,
well, that's my understanding of it. That's my understanding of it. Don't quote me.
As well. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna read that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Thank you for that.
Thank
you for that.
I'm gonna go throw up. The link down below. It's the. I have it saved in my bookmarks. I can never remember my old ass has to bookmark things, otherwise I forget.
Yeah, Justin's getting old, man. He's like, I don't even know.
I had to get my keyboard.
Well, his keyboard, he said.
Dude, No's going to be so upset with me because
Why?
Spiders.inverts.info. Spiders.invert.info. Jesus. It's very cool. Again, it's in the link in the description, whether you're listening to this post live or as we're doing this. It's awesome. It's going to take you to just a page where you just put in a genus or a species.
And it tells you literally everything.
Yep.
The temperature of the soil, the moisture content
range maps
of the soil, range maps. Justin Smith, this guy right here, is really into a range map. He is pro range map. Big range map guy.
I like, because it's hard to just remember. Like, I like to look at the bigger picture, and I like pictures in books. I don't like a lot of words. I like
pictures. Words are no fun. You hear that, guys?
But it's cool. Check it out down below. It is like it's one of those.
It's really cool.
One of those tools so that I'll literally just sometimes I'll get bored and I don't have something to do, and I'll just go on there and start just looking up species just to see. Just out
it's
of
also
curiosity.
Really helpful, for conditioning spiders, for pairing. I've used that for just conditioning various Asian species.
Mm-hmm.
My Lividus did molt out of her pairing. It's okay though. I paired her last August, and it is June.
So I don't think it's going to happen.
So it's not going to happen, but it's okay.
Telling me
Yep, I'm telling you, it was a kick in the balls, but it's okay. We tried. So Yeah, we're just gonna wait until one of the 50 lividus I have pops mature male.
Oh, it's in your favor.
Yeah, I know it's bad. Don't you have one?
A lividus? I've got 2 from you, but they're little.
Good. They're gonna be boys because that's all you
do. Probably, dude. I was literally like, when I was packing up this stuff for Phil night before last, like, I was like, who can go? Because I'm like, I have so many males of stuff. I just started pulling stuff off the shelf. Yeah, I was
who
like,
can make the trip up north?
This little tiny curly hair that I really just don't have any real need for. But I know Dritz would want, or you, I guess, if you're into curlies.
No, I'm gonna be bringing the New World stuff to his house.
Yeah, so, I figured as much.
Yeah, that's. I'll raise the OBTs to maturity. No problem with.
I basically told you and Dritz, like, I'm sending a box with stuff. Y'all split it up and figure out how you want to do whatever you want to do with it. Like,
yeah, it's already split up.
Your rosé is going to you. The Hapalopus,
yeah,
unless Phil needs it.
It's already split up. Yeah.
So send up some
that
stuff.
Usambara is staying here, and that Usambara will pair with my female, and hopefully she doesn't kill him.
And I was going to send you a Mikumi, and then I pulled a molt while I was packing that one up, and was like, let me put it under the scope while I'm at it, because I had some other stuff I was scoping.
Just in the scope.
It's a damn female.
It's a damn female. Did you hear that, everyone? Justin found a female. It's his first one ever.
I don't think y'all understand. I've had gotten 10 OBTs over the last couple months. Every single one has been male.
Which is not
bad. When I looked at this molt, I was like, wait a second. I've had this labeled as a possible male this entire time because I never saw anything that told me that it was a girl. So turns out it was a female. And I was like, well, that's cool because Mikumi and Kigoma are probably my 2 favorites. So I was like, sorry, Phil, she's not coming along for the ride. I have another Mikumi that I think I got from you, maybe Dritz.
If it was from me, then it was from Mr. Bubbles or Mike.
I don't even remember who it came from, but I have another one, and hopefully that will be a boy because I really like the Mikumis a lot. And the age difference is good. So she's still small, so she's like the same size as the ones that I sent Phil. Which, I mean, what would you say those are? Like 2 inches?
Is maybe
2.5. Nothing crazy.
They're not huge, but I mean, they definitely are hungry. And
I haven't really packed and shipped. This is the second box of spiders I've packed and shipped, right? First box was 2 males that I sent to Dritz. Those were easier to pack because they were big. They were like full bore adults. So these I was expecting to have to chase around some OBTs, getting them into the vial. That electric blue I was sure was going to be a real pain in the ass. That Hapalopus I fully expected to be a pain in the ass just because.
Dude, it was so easy. It was literally so easy.
They're like the Cosmos. Like once they take off, they're like just gone. They just run. So I was fully expecting that to be a pain in the ass. Every single spider. Except like the Rufus was the only one that took a little longer, and that's just because it kept going under the bark, and I have to keep flipping it over to get it to scoot into the vial. But everything was freakishly easy. I was fully expecting it to be a thing and be a complete pain in the ass, and I was like, dude, if it's like this every time, like this is a freaking breeze.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was they were even easy to unpack. That Usambara gave me a little bit of trouble just because it was like really pissy, but everything else was very, very easy. And they'll all get fed, and all that New World stuff will go to Dritz, and I won't have to deal with it. And I will raise the orange baboons.
And you needed a male Rufus? And I was like, hey, look, I got a male Rufus.
Yeah, that's perfect, dude. He's like probably
that also came from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's actually really funny because, okay.
Basically, Phil sends me spiders, and I send them all back.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. I don't even remember. Did you send Matt a link?
No, I thought you did.
Justin. Yeah, he just messaged me.
You centipede guys.
Justin, you're the one. You're the one. Yeah, dude. Come on, buddy. Send it to him on Instagram right now.
Huh?
Send it to him on Instagram.
Okay. Sorry. It's all the ibuprofen I've been popping.
Dude, thank God he messaged me. I lost track of time.
I thought you would, since centipede boys roll together. It was just. I'm sorry.
Whose podcast is this, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Come on, I'm just along for the ride, buddy.
Let me see. I don't even know if I'm friends with Matt on Facebook or not.
I said Instagram, buddy. Okay, I'll just do it.
I got it. I'm on it. I'm on it right now.
Okay.
I'm doing it right now. You put your phone down.
Justin, dude, you're stressing me out.
I sent it. I'm set it.
All right, man. Dude, poor Matt, dude. He's like agreed to come back and talk to us.
Yeah, so we're having another Centipede Power Hour with Mr. Schalk. He is returning. There's a lot's happened, I guess, since we've had him on. It's been
a minute, dude. And Matt's
a solid
consistently buckets. Matt's consistently buckets is what I'm hearing. My Whitebeard female had plings, and she had 69 of them, which is really funny because Annabelle guessed 69 in the giveaway, and Corey guessed 68, and I miscounted. And I thought there were 68, but there were actually 69 because Minty Stripes was like, actually, there's 69 and counted every one and labeled every single one in the picture. And so now Annabelle has to take a giant centipede.
Nice.
Yeah. You guessed 0.
I did guess 0 because they were like, hey, you guess the right number, you get a centipede. And I'm like, I'm going to throw 0 out there because that's my guess. After they had all like hatched and had been born and were
you're watching them run around and shit. You're like, okay, yeah, 0. Yeah.
Because somebody keeps trying to send me a bunch of damn centipedes, man. I lost one of my Viridis. It got munched by its housemate.
Yeah, because Justin, remember we talked about this, dude? Remember we had a discussion?
Which one?
So
first it was the ventilation
tall container with the fucking
container
dirt.
One. Dude, what's the next step I gotta learn before I get it right?
If you're gonna keep more than one centipede in an enclosed space, they can't be hungry, buddy.
I feed them on the reg. You saw the tarantulas. Russ said he got my wife. Don't feel bad.
I did, dude. I sent Russ's wife a Whitebeard, dude, and she's like, "Oh, this is cool." They've been trying to feed it baby food, dude.
Well,
they take a little bit. They take a little bit to adjust to the baby food. I found. Right now, all the plings are really good. Like they're really into red runners. Like I pre-kill red runners, and every single one eats every single time. I'm not even kidding. I can actually Facebook you.
I almost sent you the Viridis. I almost incled that in the box.
Don't do that. Don't do that, dude. Because I would have to give it to Mike.
I know you.
It's not large and Asian. Yeah.
So I was like, I could, but I won't.
Look at this, dude. You're welcome. Throw a couple of these up here, Justin. I'm sending you some good stuff here, dude.
Said she's gonna send you a bunch of Tidius Smithy.
We were talking about that. I think that would be kind of cool too.
I almost sent you my Margar Tatis too.
Yeah.
Like Warren or something.
Cool. Warren would use them for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would play around with them. Yeah, look at those, Justin. Look at that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The Smithy?
No, your Facebook message.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
Which ones are what?
Are you feeding them or are those ones you sent out?
So those are ones that I'm feeding and other stuff that I have.
Why are you naked?
What are you talking about? Other message, dude. The other message.
Sorry. They're cool.
You're scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not brave enough.
Yeah. It's okay, dude. One day you'll get there.
I'm not scared.
There he is, dude.
Matt,
What's up,
I'm
Matt?
not scared of them, Matt. They're like horses. They just make me nervous. That's all.
Okay, horses make me nervous too. Yeah, take your time, dude.
Anything larger than me makes me nervous because that's not that many things.
Mm-hmm.
Horses, camels, elephants, giant gators.
Mm-hmm.
They make Smitty a little nervous. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair because I'm 265 and I'm 6'4". And if it's
dude, you're oh my god, Justin, you would
bigger than me.
Oh my god, Justin, you.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, hi. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Good to see you guys again.
It's hot. It's muggy. It's actually cooler today, which was why I was able to ship to Phil because it was like a high of 85, and the rest of the week we're like
85. Whoa.
Yeah, we're triple digits, dude. This weekend is supposed to get to like 105 or something ridiculous. It's brutal.
No, I don't even know what the temperature has been here, but I can tell you it's probably a little bit hotter than that.
Yeah.
It's been pretty nasty. But
I take the Texas dry heat over this.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've actually been getting a whole lot of rain recently down here in South Texas. So it's been very muggy, very mosquito-y.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
How far are you from, like, near Corpus?
No. About 2 hours south of Corpus. As far south as you can go.
Because I've heard Corpus gets pretty muggy too, but I feel like that's also like one of the more subtropical regions of the state.
Yeah,
or the closest thing to the southeast it gets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But regardless, you what was it? It was only a couple weeks ago. Phil sent me those centipedes, and they got here happy and healthy. They're doing great. Those white beards,
good
little baby white
beards.
Yeah,
dude. They're some of my favorites.
Yeah. No, they're doing great. They're eating well. And I was surprised at how big those things were.
Yeah, I was just about to say, dude, they start out huge.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things with centipedes though, where if they have a smaller clutch, the babies are a little bigger, or are they?
I don't have any experience with that. I don't know.
Same size, no matter what the clutch size is.
Yeah, no, not from what I've seen. The eggs, regardless of how big the clutch is, the eggs and the babies always seem to be about the same. What about with tarantulas though? Actually, I couldn't answer that when it comes to tarantulas. Do either of you know?
I'm not sure. That I know that
we'll find out when your HMAC drops another sack.
Oh god, dude. Dude, I told Dritz, I was like, I'm not taking.
I can't do it again.
Not another 200. 203, dude. So I know that Anna had a smaller Imira sac, but the babies were really robust. And then I know that Devin had, I don't know what, it was some Harpactira. If it was Kefren. What's up?
Pulchripes or something?
No, it might have been Namaquinensis. Or something where she had 20 of the babies. It was just a sack of 20 and they were all huge and super robust. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about tarantulas. It might be a thing, but it also might depend. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the experiences I've heard recently.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 months with that mirror for me, man.
Oh, really? When did that happen?
The first pairing was on the 1st of May. So,
yeah, okay, yeah. Have you seen her?
I check on her probably twice a week, just to see if there's been any signs of anything. And so far there hasn't. So I'm going to leave her alone for the next couple of days and peep back in probably around the 1st, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's cool.
Timeline seems to be, from what I was reading on ArachNerds and some other stuff, like 2 months or so is usually when they'll drop the sack, and then about a month or so from eggs to hatch.
So like around 90 days in total.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not out of question.
I was asking Anna about it a little bit. I need to hit her back up.
Dude, she's had some weird sacks actually. She was telling me her darlingi laid like an interesting, laid a like individually wrapped each egg, like it was like saran wrap, or like it was just strange how the eggs were wrapped. And some of the Yules had trouble molting or something. I don't know. You got to ask her about it because it was very, very interesting. She was telling me she was talking about it during the happy hour in Tarantula Attics, where she was separating the darlingi, and I
tuned in for that a little bit.
Yeah, she was talking about. I believe she got 103 or 106. She got over 100, I believe, and that's like a pretty good size.
And they were all individually wrapped like that?
She said a bunch of them were.
Oh.
A good amount were, yeah. So I don't know why they were weird like that.
Russ said to let him know when you get those African monster peds.
Yeah, that's another thing I could talk to Matt about today too. The Rhysidia, are those African? Those Rhysidia?
I couldn't tell you. So they're actually become a little bit very, very minusculely invasive here in South Texas.
Really?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, there's several small populations. One of them is at the zoo I used to work at here, the Gladys Porter Zoo. I can tell you exactly how they got there too. They had done some. They were renovating an exhibit at that zoo, and they had brought in a whole bunch of new plants, and no doubt some centipedes came in on those plants, and so they're there. I don't know how far they're going to be able to range outside of that outdoor exhibit, but they're there and they're reproducing very well, and that is where mine came from. So yeah.
That's actually so cool, because Dritz gave me one that he got as like a freebie or like a giveaway on Palm Street, just like a little pling, and it's like tripled in size, dude. And they're very interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google them.
So the ones that I have right now are super fustorial, and
mine are too.
Yeah. So I don't see them that much. They're still really cool looking, and I mean they're just awesome little centipedes. And earlier this week I separated that batch of babies that the mom was sitting on. So I've got them separated from the mother, but they're still set up together.
How many did she drop?
Oh, I didn't count them. I just picked that container up. I took the mom out, picked that container up, and threw it in all that substrate in another container, because those little babies are so tiny and they're so fast.
Wow.
I'm not going to bother counting them until they've molted probably twice, and then I'll.
How big is mom?
Mom is probably like. I'm always so bad at guessing, but she's only a couple inches long. They're small, really small.
Yeah, they don't get big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the hell they're from, dude. Africa, dude. African. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that they're kind of found all over the place now.
That's what
because they're a very hardy species, and they're good at reproducing quickly, and so they become invasive in a lot of areas. But I don't know where they originated.
Yeah, I don't know either. The olive red-tailed centipede, like,
is it like the vegans in Miami, in that small part of somewhere in South Florida in particular, where you can go see vegans that have been established? And is it like a concentrated area, or is it like they're sort of becoming more widespread in that?
So the population that I know of is very isolated right now. It's very isolated, and I don't.
They're African.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're easily transported through international commerce and human activities. You can find them in Florida, Caribbean, South America, parts of Asia as well. But
so they're the geometricals of centipedes.
Yeah, there are quite a few widely documented native populations in like Tanzania and like Somalia and stuff. But yeah, they're pretty variable. So that's cool as hell, Matt, that you can just kind of collect them and they're there.
No, and if you get on iNaturalist, there's a couple other, at least one other small population, maybe like 2 hours from where I live. That's also seems to be established. Again, I don't know what they're going to do as far as spreading, or how widely they're going to be able to do that, or if we're going to get some sort of a freeze in the next couple of years that's just going to wipe.
Oh, it's going to kill them off. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think they're eating? A bunch of just like bugs and stuff, whatever protein.
Yeah. So all the ones that when I go there to find them, again, they're usually underneath very flush rocks and boards. They like to do a lot of digging, so I imagine they're just, they're eating whatever they can find. There's no shortage of small invertebrates for them to be eating around here.
I rarely see mine. I rarely see it. Only if I flip the bark in the little cup.
And I had one about, this was maybe like 5 months ago or so, that I had one that laid a clutch, and I didn't know that. And so when I was just doing a routine check in the little enclosure, I disturbed her to the point that she ate it. So I wasn't able to actually follow that one through all the way. But this one, she actually crawled up to the surface, and she laid her clutch on the surface, which was really nice for me. So I just covered her up, and she made it through the whole process. I did check in on her once when she was there's a point when centipedes are on their babies that I feel very comfortable that they're not going to eat them once those
60 days.
60 days?
60 days. That's what Love Exotics told me. And that's what I did with the white beard. And they have little legs by 60 days, and that's when they're money.
Yeah. And so I don't know how many days she had been sitting there, but they were at that point. They still probably had another molt to go through before leaving the mother, but they were old enough that I didn't expect her to eat them. And sure enough, as soon as I didn't even open her container, I just kind of moved the what was blocking it so that I could look in on her, and she started munching on one of those babies.
Wow.
So I quickly just covered her back up, and I don't know how many more she ate before just deciding that she wasn't going to be
do that
disturbed any longer. But yeah, so I just left her until I think I probably waited since I checked in on her to when I went back and checked on her again, and I noticed that the babies were kind of crawling around. They were dispersing a little bit. That was probably only about 2-3 weeks. And so once I see a couple babies start to disperse, I know it's time to separate them, and so that's what I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's wow. Okay. I didn't realize that. That's like crazy that she ate them when they had little legs and stuff. I would never expect that. My whitebeard female, as soon as I waited 67 days, and then I checked on her, and she was just chilling. I probably could have fed her. Would I have done that? No. I don't want to take her out of that trance, but she was just chilling. Yeah. It was very, very interesting to watch, Matt. What other stuff have you had success with this season? I know you've been cranking out centipedes, dude. Like low key.
I haven't.
You have.
I wish I have been.
You have a lot of stuff on eggs, dude.
So yeah, So it started with one of the mint legs that I got probably. Oh yeah, it was about 5 months ago. I got some mint legs, and one of those adult females laid a clutch, and I didn't do any pairing with them. She just laid that on her own, and she had gotten about probably 3 or more weeks on that clutch before she just decided to eat them. I wasn't really checking in on her or anything. I just kind of let her do her thing. So I guess I don't know at what point she ate those eggs, because from the time that I had realized that she was sitting on them to when I checked back in on her, it had already been a few weeks, and so that's gone. But I realized that I do have one male and 2 females. So I've been, and I think that male's mature, and I've been trying to pair them up to no success at all. They don't even act interested in each other. So I really don't know what I'm missing there with the Vietnamese mint leg species.
It's gotta be cool. It's gotta be cool.
Maybe. I mean, they are huge. It's possible that male just isn't mature yet, and I need to wait another molt or something. So that's probably what I'm going to do in the meantime. But no success breeding those guys, and that's the second female that I've had lay a wild clutch that ate the eggs. So they seem to be pretty tricky. Although I know several other folks that have had wild clutches that they were able to go through the whole process and get a whole bunch of babies. But yeah, they're really interesting species that I haven't had much luck with. Recently, other things that I've paired up, heroes. Those guys have gotten kind of easy for me at this point.
That's good to hear. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. They're a little bit odd when it comes to breeding them. They usually what I do when I breed the centipedes is I'll move them into an entirely new enclosure and pair them up in something separate from what they're permanently set up in. With the halos, what I do is I introduce the male to the female enclosure. Once the female has established a nice sort of little burrow, usually I give them something to hide under, and the female will dig a burrow, and they'll have sort of established tunnels. And
are you ever concerned about a food response? That would be my only kind of.
Yeah. No, thankfully I haven't really had that issue with centipedes as far as turning on each other and trying to eat each other instantly. They will sometimes act defensive, so they'll
flare their terminal legs.
They'll bite each other in a sort of I don't know what's going on, I'm just scared sort of thing, but not to eat each other. So yeah, I'll introduce the male to the female enclosure, and I don't ever leave them longer than, like, I wouldn't leave them overnight. I wouldn't leave them out of sight for longer than 30 minutes at the most. But the male will usually find the girl. They'll do their little ritual. The heroes have a unique sort of thing where they kind of they'll wander around for quite a while. I do set up the enclosure before I introduce the male. I will add some extra stuff along the surface for them to kind of crawl around and crawl through. So stuff that would create small voids and caverns that they can crawl through. So just stacking rocks and bark is all I do. And so then I'll introduce the male. He'll find the girl. They'll wander around for a while, quite a while usually, up to I think the longest I've seen is probably several hours, probably 4 or 5 hours at the most.
I was gonna say it. I've had a couple 4-hour sessions.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you give them before you just decide, like, okay, they're clearly not interested?
Depends what it is.
Yeah. So that depends. Oh, sorry. What was that, Phil?
And how it's acting, because sometimes the boys try, and then the female's like, okay, like 4 hours, and she's like, all right, yeah.
So for me, that's the biggest cue to watch is what the male is doing. If the
He'll
male's
let
not
you know.
yeah. If the male is not acting interested, then the female's not going to do anything. So if the male is acting like he's actually pursuing the female a little bit, then I'll let it be for as long as it needs. But as soon as the male stops showing interest, then I just separate them because I know nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's not initiating.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So this is something I've been thinking about. Do you think that centipedes are this sensitive in the wild, where they're so prone to eating their eggs in the wild, or is this something that we're just seeing in captivity?
I have stumbled upon centipedes in the wild that are on a clutch, and
that's insane. So that is insane.
Yeah, I've never gone back after I disturb them. I usually put them away and I hope for the best. I've never gone back to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's only happened a couple times, but I think it probably is because my theory behind the reasoning is just that they think that their position has been compromised. They know that if they stay there, usually they dig a burrow right where it's cool and it's relatively moist. And if something's gone digging in there and disturbed that burrow, they're going to lose all that moisture and everything else. And then, of course, a predator might come back and return later and scoop them up. So that mom is just thinking, I'll just eat these eggs to consume the nutrients and then move on and go find, a better start over because there's no reason to stay there. So I do think that
I think that's that tracks, right? Now, how many clutches can a female drop after one pairing, do you think?
So what?
I'm curious. I don't know the answer. I'm just curious as to what your thoughts are because you have more experience than I do.
So I have seen. Actually, I got to think about that one for a minute because I've obviously seen up to 2. They can definitely do 2. I don't know if I've ever seen one drop 3 clutches after a pairing.
Okay.
I don't think I have. I've 2 is the most that I've seen, and they would still be viable.
Right.
Yeah. And have you noticed a difference in that between like your more arid species versus your more tropical species?
That's a great question as well, Justin.
I would think I noticed that with some like gecko species and stuff in particular, when you're looking at a habitat that is fairly barren and there's really not a lot going on, there's not a lot of ability for them to cross paths with the opposite sex, that it's extremely advantageous for them to be able to retain sperm and only have to copulate once in order to continue to reproduce. But like your tropical stuff, that's going to be a little more prevalent just due to the environment and more food availability and things like that. Right. So I'm curious if there's a major obvious divide between the two there. But
no, that's a really good question. So of course, heros being a more arid species, I have seen them drop 2 clutches after a pairing and the eggs be completely viable. Now with tropical stuff, I have seen some spinipes, which the subspinipes that I have that I've successfully reared are from Barbados, and I've seen them also clutch at least twice after a pairing.
Interesting.
And both times have a wonderful clutch. Completely viable. Many babies. So I don't think I've seen a difference between any of the as far as that goes between the species and where they're found. They seem to all kind of, from what I've seen, they all kind of have that same ability.
Cool. One of my probably one of my biggest whitebeard females. I call her Carol Baskin, because she's that bitch.
That bitch, Carol
That
Baskin.
bitch, Carol Baskin. She ate her dude. She laid in the open and she laid a friggin' mountain. I don't know. I sent you a picture on Instagram, Matt. I definitely did, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And yeah, she laid in the open, and I was like, okay, well, this is like kind of a like I don't really like this. I would rather they don't do that. I would rather they just go bury themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like then it's moist and like you have a little more of a barrier. She ate her eggs on day 32, dude. I was heartbroken. But I tried to pair her twice with 2 different males, 2 different male whitebeards. Took me 2 years to find a male whitebeard. Literally was like, holy shit, it's happening. But 2 different males. The males were trying. She just like,
yeah.
So maybe she retains sperm. Maybe, she doesn't need it. She doesn't need to pair. That's my thought process, question mark.
Yeah, so I that's something that I've been kind of pondering recently too. I don't know if they'll just continue to breed until they lay an egg sac, or if they, after you've paired them once. If I know that some species do, they will pair multiple times, and they will, they'll breed all the way through. They'll go through the entire song and dance without, multiple times before that female will lay a clutch. But other species I've had more issues with. So the Hardwickii.
Yes, tell us, please talk about the Hardwickii, man. I was going to go into that.
Yeah, so they're so weird. They're so weird, man. I have paired the individuals that I have so many times, and they go through the whole process. The females are acting interested, the male's going through, doing what he needs to, but the female just doesn't pick up the spermatophore after the male has dropped it. And I don't know why that is. There have been several times where I'll go in to check on them after they've bred, and I won't see anything left behind. I don't know if that's just because something, if the female picked up the spermatophore, or if it's because it just got lost in the process, got swept away. Something happened to it. But I've paired those things up. I've got 2.2, and I have paired those things up probably over 30 times now. And
Matt, what? 30?
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would. I haven't counted, but thinking back on it, it has to be at least 30
Holy
times.
Shit, dude! And she's missed every time.
Between the 2 females, between both those females, yeah.
Okay, they've missed every time.
Again, there have been a couple of times when I think that they might have picked up the spermatophore, but I don't know. And I do have high hopes right now, because my most recently matured male, I guess I'll backtrack a little bit here. So for the longest time, I had 1.2. And I was pairing up that one male with both females over and over again, and no luck, never any luck. Recently, it was only like 2 weeks ago, I pulled out a male that I thought might be mature. Sure enough, he was, and I paired him up with one of my females, and I think that they might have actually been successful, because it was a very clean web. Everything seemed.
I saw your story. I
didn't see the whole process with my own eyes, but just watching through everything, it was a very clean process, and that female has been getting larger, and she's been doing a lot of digging recently, which usually means they're getting ready to lay a clutch. Now, the other female, I again tried pairing with that same new male, and she's having the same issues that I have had this entire time, where she just won't.
Do you think it's just her?
I I don't know, because the other female was acting the same way until I got this new male, right? And so the other day, earlier this week, I had paired those two up. I had the new male, the finicky female. I paired them up. I actually left them overnight. And throughout
That's bold,
process,
dude. You just left them overnight? Matt, dude. Putting it all out on the line. I like it.
Throughout that process.
When it's Hail Mary time, it's Hail Mary time, you know?
Yeah,
man.
When I came back and checked on him the next morning, that male had dropped 3 different spermatophores, which is crazy.
Whoa.
I've never seen that before.
Whoa. He made 3 different
that.
sperm webs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, each one of them had an individual sperm web. He had dropped 3
Dude,
different.
Whoa, is this male, like, have you had him for a minute? Like, is he just a champ? Where, like, you just picked him up and he happened to be Boy Wonder? Is that?
So these are centipedes that I've had since they were plings. I raised them up, and again, I had just been waiting for that guy to mature. I didn't think he was mature, but sure enough, he was. And
he's got the juice, man.
Yeah, he's got it, but I don't think the female picked up any of those. I can't imagine he dropped 4 spermatophores, right, and she happened to pick up one of them and left the other ones behind.
Yeah, I don't know. Why are they like that? Do you think it's an environmental trigger that you're missing?
My thought is that it might not be. I haven't tried this yet because I'm not totally sure how to go about it, but I might need to warm them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I keep
them.
But
it's hot as fuck in Texas, dude.
It is. I keep them in my house, which is usually around high 70s.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know. That's probably the next thing I'm going to try is I'm going to try warming them up a little bit and see if anything changes.
Or pair them in like a large like fish tank with a heat lamp or something, maybe.
Yeah. No, that's a thought.
Yeah, just spitballing. You know what I mean? Like you get like a 40-gallon breeder, right? It's tall enough where they can't stand on their terminal legs and like poke their way out. I don't know. I'm speculating. I don't know how tall these guys are. I've never seen a hardwicki in person.
Yeah. A lot of people, I've heard people say that they get the size of like a polymorpha. That's not true at all. They get massive. They get to the size of very large heroes.
Oh, okay. Still not huge, but big. Good.
Yeah.
Good size. A robust centipede, if you will.
Yeah.
Not my Beardus.
No.
No, Justin. That's a little baby boy centipede for your little baby hands.
Yep.
They're so cool.
I mean, maybe it's a matter of like conditioning them or getting them prepped the same way you would pokies. I don't know what their range is, so I don't know if there's any overlap there in terms of like weather patterns or anything like that. But
what do you feed them?
So what I feed the hardwicki is mostly crickets with a bit of baby food from time to time.
Okay, yeah, maybe if you throw them some like crazy protein before you pair them, like some fish or like some mice. You know what I mean? Some like very, very high calorically dense food, like 2 or 3 feedings in a row, and then pair them. Like, dude, I'm just spitballing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like totally not an expert. Like,
so do that. That's a little scary for me because I've had the last time I was talking to you guys, actually, I told you a bit about this. I've had issues with the hardwicki. It seems like some sort of an intestinal issue that they get where they bloat and then die. And this diet that I have them on right now has seemed to work pretty well. So I'd be scared to change it. But maybe that's what they need. Could you, Justin, what were you saying about conditioning the like pokies? What is the process?
Well, if they're experiencing the same seasonality in terms of like timeline with monsoons and drier and cooler temperatures, then maybe that might be worth investigating.
Yeah. And so that's another thing. I've dried them out a lot because I've realized that hardwicki are also susceptible to what's the word I'm looking for? Like halos when they're too wet. They get that sort of effect. Mycosis, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So Hardwicki are also susceptible to that, and so I'm not sure if maybe that's another sort of cue I'm missing. Maybe they need to actually be wetted down a little bit.
Well, do you pair them in like a third enclosure, right? Like a sex dungeon, if you will?
Typically, yes. And
Okay.
the most recent successful pairing I was telling you about was in the female's enclosure. So I introduced them the same way I did with Heroes, where I just kind of added some stuff and threw the male in there and let them do their thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you think maybe like spraying that down a little bit or misting it? Like question mark?
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Actually, what was that?
I'm trying to find a range map, see if I can.
Justin's a big map guy.
Map guy.
Loves maps. He doesn't even, Justin he doesn't even use GPS. He only has maps. So like he buys paper maps and drives around.
Oh man.
No, that's
that's funny. Okay, so I'm trying to think.
The missing question you asked me a minute ago, when I do pair them in that third enclosure, I have actually tried that before. I've tried it several times where I'll mist down the enclosure before throwing them in there, and it doesn't seem to change anything.
Okay, because I've done that with all the Asian stuff that I've paired, so all like the Dahani and the Whitebeards. And I feel like it would not be good to pair them in a dry enclosure due to where they live. That's my thought process.
Yeah. So that makes sense. And I don't know if you remember a while ago, I had the most successful time I was watching them actually breed, and I was watching them go through the process, and that female had almost picked up a spermatophore. I had taken a video of it, and that was nothing was special about that pairing. Everything looked like it would have gone well, except the female missed picking up the spermatophore. Like she was actually trying to, but she missed it, and then she never went back for it. And there was nothing special about that pairing. I had put them in a separate enclosure. It was completely dry, and the entire process went down in just a matter of minutes. Probably a little under an hour. Nothing was different as far as temperature, misting, diet. And that was the most successful time that I've actually watched them go through the process and seen the female being really interested in breeding.
Receptive,
yeah.
Huh.
Well, that doesn't really narrow much down now, does it?
Yeah.
Well, this INAT. Let's pull it up here.
Yeah, let's throw it on the screen.
With a range map.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I looked. Okay.
Oh, so they're everywhere, bro. Like, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, so they're all over freaking India, dude. All right.
Not all over, but
dude, they're all over India.
I'm gonna pull up, and this could be a complete waste of time, but
I mean, I don't know. We're trying to do a learn here, man.
Y'all keep doing your thing. I'm going to continue to
fudge around
my magic.
Okay, so what other? Well, keep going, Matt. Keep rolling. You're killing it.
No. If I remember, like I said, it's been a really long time since I actually looked at this, but the Hardwicki that you see on that map towards the north, the northwest, I think are usually more darker red colored, and then the ones that we have in captivity right now here in the U.S. are the lighter yellow looking ones. And I think those ones are found further south. So, I mean, maybe even just between localities, maybe there's a difference. I'm not sure.
I don't know, dude. Could it be possible that you have different localities? Question mark.
Oh, it's totally possible. I don't know.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know where these guys came from. I just know looking at pictures on iNat, there is differences in coloration depending on the locality, at least a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Okay, it makes sense. And now you're just looking at pokies, Justin.
Pretty well. I'm compare the two maps. I mean, there's a decent amount of overlap.
Yeah.
Going the weather,
Yeah.
All on the weather patterns between the two.
Maybe, yeah, dude. Maybe there's
Western
maybe
Ghats,
there's something there. Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I don't know. I just
spitballing.
If they're sharing habitat, then they're likely going off the same environmental triggers, I would think.
Sharing is caring.
I don't know. I'm just
thinking
out loud.
Oh, I like that, dude. That's good stuff.
And I've heard a lot with snakes, of course, differences in what's the word I'm looking for? Pressure changes depending on the weather.
Yeah. Barometric
storms.
Make a big
storms.
Mm-hmm.
Storms. Yeah, my blood pythons go crazy when there's a lot of rain.
Yeah, so I haven't been paying enough attention to that to tell you whether that's been a cue. But I should start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tristan says, got to rehouse my 8-inch white leg. I got her at 4 inches. She's in a 12-inch cube. Any tips on getting him out? Thanks.
Get a large pair of tongs with rubber tips and carefully remove the centipede.
Yeah, and get a second. I mean, when it comes to centipedes, they're really easy as long as you have a secondary enclosure.
Yeah, Justin at Justin Smith.
They don't crawl up smooth surfaces at all. So you just put them in an enclosure bigger than the one that they're in now, so that if they hop out, they're stuck, and then you can do whatever you want.
That's what I did, Phil.
Yeah.
After the first one got out, had a little catch bin under the container. That worked wonders.
What species was that?
Some Viridis.
Viridis? Oh, okay.
Little cuties.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I've got a gold mutilans on eggs. Dude, the centipede's like this big, Matt. And I go to check it out. And did I send you a video, dude? I was like, oh, is there poop in this enclosure? And it's holding a bunch of eggs. I'm like, how is this possible? They're tiny. It's like this. Mutilans, do they get that big, dude?
I think that's probably about as big as they get. The only mutilans that I have are from Hawaii, and they are about as big as you described. They're only, just a
5, 6
few inches long.
Yeah.
Probably not even 5 inches long. And they have clutched for me multiple times. I just can never get them to those babies are so tiny. And I've reared tiny babies before, but these ones are super fragile for whatever reason, and I've never actually been able to grow them up for whatever reason.
Like they just desiccate really easily, or
not even just that. I'll keep them in an enclosure that's moist, plenty of ventilation. They just die on me. I really don't know what the issue is.
Hopefully, I don't run into that. She's maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks on eggs, so quite a ways to go. But she didn't eat them, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I literally lifted up the piece of bark, and she was upside down holding. You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh shit, these are gone," and she didn't eat them. I can see her holding them if I shine a red flashlight. So I don't know. And then I've got a black cherry female that was like, again, dude, black cherry. That's like a Dehani, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I would
so
say
they can get pretty big, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one again, it's like this. She looked like hammered shit, so I put her in, an enclosure, made sure she was hydrated. I gave her a bunch of baby food and chicken hearts, and she's on a clutch right now.
I don't know what it is. So I've seen that before.
I don't understand, dude.
Yep. No, I've seen it with many species that they do clearly become sexually mature well before you would think they would. Like, I mean, I've seen it in polymorpha. I've seen it in subspinipes and heros, where they lay eggs well before you would ever expect them to. And but my experience when it comes to breeding them, younger females, they don't breed until they've grown up past that stage. So there's something there that wild individuals, I don't know if they I don't know what it is, but
could it be that they're older than they look?
Oh,
I mean,
because they don't have a Phil King sitting there throwing chicken hearts and Gerber at them in the wild.
Yeah,
getting them roided up so that they're the Monstars version of the friggin' wild centipedes.
Yeah,
and I actually have a bunch of subspinipes right now that I've more or less been accidentally experimenting with, where they've been set up in a smaller enclosure than I would like them to be, and I just never upgraded them, and they've been kind of sitting in there for a while. They seem to be acting perfectly fine. They act perfectly normal. I just don't know whether they are a little bit, actually their growth has been stunted because of the small enclosure that they're in, or if they are just kind of in a sort of state where they haven't, they won't continue to grow. They won't do any sort of catch-up growth until after I move them out of their enclosure.
They may not have room to molt.
Yeah, right. So that I plan on moving them out very soon. I may try pairing them up while they're very small, just to see if they act like adults, or if I'll just need to wait until they continue to molt out and mature.
It's very interesting that you mentioned that. I mean, I guess I sort of expect it now, knowing that mutilans stay kind of small. But with the Dahani, I would expect them to be so much larger, just because of the propensity of Dahani get big, dude. I have a 10-inch female.
Yeah,
I remember Dritz fairly early on with one of the Palm Streets was talking about, even in spiders, like a lot of the tarantula species we're keeping can probably breed smaller than we think.
He does.
Just,
he
we
does
have
say
this
that.
like standard that we have in our mind. Same with snakes and herps too, because I've had some very young corns lay a clutch of eggs. This is a very small clutch, it was like 3 eggs, because I was cohabiting them. And I mean, that's an anecdotal one-time thing, but it showed me how young they can produce stuff. And I wonder, I'm sure even with centipedes, it's probably the same scenario, but because there's so few people really, really giving them the time of day, that we may not know. But
yeah, so there's a local polymorpha that we have around here that I have one adult female. I mean, she's an old female. I had her for years, and I mean, she was mature by the time I got her. I think she's only molted once since I've had her, and she's large for a polymorpha. And then there's another female that I had got more recently, that I mean, it was about a third of the size of the original, and it went ahead and laid a clutch. I mean, I didn't see that coming. I had no idea. I was not expecting that at all, because I thought this thing was just a little tiny. Yeah. And I mean, she's either a third, maybe even a fourth the size of the adult that I have. And but no, she had a clutch. It didn't. She ended up eating it for whatever reason, but she did in fact lay a clutch of eggs. And I don't know where that came from, but like I said, I have seen it before in subspinipes and heroes as well.
Interesting. Have you so kind of switching gears? I don't know. I think I messaged you about like centipede mites. Do you remember a little bit ago? So, like, knock on wood, for the past like 2.5 weeks, the Java Blacks that I have 3.2 Java Blacks between myself and this guy named Mike from the Discord. Mike, shut up, Mike. And they had mites on them, like these larger, like brown circular mites that were just adhered to the targets. So Mike and I had been nuking them with predatory mites, and those predatory mites were very helpful in killing a lot of I think the eggs and a lot of the smaller mites.
Nice.
And finally, what I did after a couple rounds of predatory mites is I knocked out the Javas and I scraped every single mite off of every single Java.
Okay.
Like every single one, dude. And there wasn't that many, but if you put them in cold water, those mites come right off. They're so cold, and dude, it was crazy. I would scrape them off, and I would put the mite on my finger, and you could see it running around on my fingertip, trying to like, it was like disoriented. You know what I mean? Because I just scraped it off of its host, and like, I can send Justin a video, but the pieces of target where the mites were adhered are like, it's like there's like a tan line. Like you can see that the mite has been there. You know what I mean? You can see like a little divot, and it's like just crazy how hard like these motherfuckers held on to those centipedes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like I had to scrape them off with tweezers, and I took probably in total between 25 and 35 mites off of 5 individuals. And Mike's lucky. His Java that he has at his place, the predatory mites killed all of them.
Oh, okay.
The mine were straight up infested, dude. And I kept them dry and hit them with the predatory mites, and it really made a big difference. And I'm hoping, you know, knock on wood, they're still going to stay in quarantine and stuff, but I'm hoping that I got rid of them because they did a bunch of substrate changes too and made sure that they got clean dirt and everything. Yeah. Have you experienced any mites? I know that you recommended scraping them off, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. And then that's what I end up doing.
So I remember you sending me that, and that is not a type of mite that I have worked with before. The ones that I have dealt with in the past are tiny little white specks. They're like,
those ones are bad news bears,
almost
dude.
Microscopic. Yeah,
those ones are bad.
And they adhere to the centipede in between the segments, and they usually affect the head more than anything else. And I think that's mostly what kills the centipede is having all those mites on their face. They're not able to clean themselves properly. They do spend a lot of time trying to clean those mites off themselves, and I imagine it just kind of wears them down over time.
Right.
And I've had a lot of centipedes die because of those, and the only way I've been able to eliminate them is I have only with young centipedes that I'm molting, because they have to molt them off, in my experience at least. And so I will scrape them off to an extent to where as much as I can. You know, when you've got a really little centipede, there's no way to get them all off. And so I'll use a toothpick, a little like a Q-tip, and just kind of brush them down. I'll kind of pin them down as much as I can. I've never actually tried, drowning a centipede beforehand. I usually just kind of pin them down, and I can just kind of work out.
I mean, these were 8-inch Java Blacks. Like they're I'm not touching that thing unless it's unconscious. They're insane.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that would probably be a better way to go about it. But
I try. Yeah.
I just kind of pin them down, look at them for a little while, and then I'll keep them in a completely dry enclosure, separate from the rest of the collection, and feed them up and try to get them to molt as soon as possible. And then once they've molted, I remove them from that enclosure, set them up in something totally new, and as long as they stay healthy, they usually don't have that issue again. They don't come back.
Yeah. You think it's like potentially like a lapse in the immune system as well?
I think so.
Yeah, just like due to shipping stress and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Justin some videos of the animals and what kind of I had to do. It was not fun, dude. It was it's not cool, dude, because you're like, trying to scrape. I found a lot of mites on like the sides, like kind of the temple region of the head, and like just making all these weird divots, and you'd have to like really scrape them off. And of course the centipede is like trying to regain consciousness, so you're like trying to work as quickly as possible without potentially damaging the animal. And like that's the if you pause that video, you can see them all where they were and stuff. Like those are all divots in the skin,
like
or in the
here?
targets. And then on the second plate there, Justin, those are all divots. Yep, that's all divots where the mites were, and I had to literally scrape them off. Now, that centipede, that's one of the fastest ones I've ever seen, Matt. Do you have any Java Blacks?
I don't. No.
Yeah, they're literally on crack, dude. It's crazy.
Have you worked with the word's not coming to me right now, from the Solomon Islands?
Mentuenda.
Mentuenda, yeah. But so those guys, those are the worst possible centipedes I could imagine anyone caring for when it comes to like their behavior. They are ridiculous.
Yeah, these guys are like that, dude. You can see all the divots and stuff where they were, but yeah, I mean, I got pretty big hands, dude. I can pound a basketball, and those are big ass centipedes.
No, that's crazy to me. That's very interesting that they're actually on the plates. They're not going in between where the nice soft skin is.
None in between, just on the plates. So this dude on Instagram messaged me. His name's Tony.
Okay.
And Tony, shout out to Tony. Tony, I met on Tarantula Addicts. He was in search of a female gigantea because he has a male, and he lives in Massachusetts. And I don't have one, but he's also looking for Pisioflava male, and I have 5 of those, so I can help him. So he said that the mites that you were talking about are deadly, and he says that the mites that I had, those mites just hang onto the centipede and go places like a bus. Yeah, like a bus. They just ride the centipede like a bus. Either way, I killed the shit out of them. But
yeah,
just very interesting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Going back to what you said about it being, those little tiny white ones being a sort of thing that only shows up when their immune system has been compromised. I think that is true because I have my collection as it stands, and I don't have any issues with those mites right now. But every so often, once you have one that has maybe desiccated a little bit, or is had a bad molt, or was maybe even kept too moist, that is when they start to show up again. So those mites are in my collection. They're here, but they don't show up until after the centipedes have had some sort of a rough
immune system. Yeah.
Shout out to Phoenix.
Hey Phoenix, what's up, dude? That's interesting, man. I don't know. I hope I never see these guys again. But that is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder too, because I know like if mites get bad enough on snakes, like anemia is a really big problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if invertebrates can, whatever their anemic equivalent is, but I'd imagine, especially if it's up, near the head and stuff, if that's just like one of the reasons it kills them, so quick, is just because it's so close to the ganglia and all that stuff that it, they're quote unquote getting bled dry.
A lot of these mites were near the neck and head of this, like the
Yeah.
ones that I was working with too, was all like on probably within the first like 4 targets. Like,
so I think that's
sure.
mostly, I think that's mostly just because the centipedes do a good job at being able to clean themselves with their mouth, right? So they can turn around, they can clean most of their body,
Yeah,
but they can't get is their own head, right?
Okay.
And there's also more nooks and crannies and stuff up there for them to
Yeah.
Because like with snakes, you'll get, if you have like carpet pythons and stuff, like those labial pits and stuff,
the labial pits and stuff. Yeah,
that's where the mites love to hang out, is like under the chin fold and like all up in those just smaller, more cramped areas, around the ocular scales and stuff and the vent. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all get mites in the mouth? Phil gets nematodes in his mouth parts all the time.
I have never had a nematode in my mouth parts.
How do you know?
For the record. But I
hasn't had all the shots.
I've never I hadn't seen any mites near the mouth parts. They were just near the like on the neck for the most part. And then I did have one of my male Javas had a couple of them on his back 2 terminal legs, dude. Like the longest ones, which you would think that's weird because he can clean those, but they were so indented in the terminal leg. It was a divot. There was a divot after I removed it. It was crazy.
That's weird. That they're eating into the exoskeleton like that.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. And then do you think these mites are laying eggs on the armor plating, or the eggs are laid in the substrate and then the mites find the host? That's what it sounds like.
Substrate, and they're
that's how snake mites.
Again, snake, as the only thing I can relate to is snake mites, and snake mites, like there's like 5 life cycle stages snake mites go through, and I think 2 of those 3 are actually parasitic, like where they're actually actively on the snake and actively. CCR just did an episode on mites that you should check out.
I was actually listening to it today. It's really good.
Yeah. The mites that I've dealt with, they do get on the mouth parts. They get on the forcipials. They any little crevice that's around the head and the mouth.
Oh,
they
really?
will infest that area. And as far as, and like I said, that seems to be what really kills them ultimately, is that they're not able to feed properly, and they spend so much time trying to clean their own head that I feel like it probably just wears them down. It just stresses them out, and they're not able to function properly. As far as where they lay their eggs, those mites, they're so tiny, they look like eggs themselves, right? I mean, I can't see little legs on them. I don't see any sort of. I would need to take one and look at it under a microscope, which I haven't done, to really be able to properly see the anatomy. But I imagine, like I said, that they probably lay their eggs in the substrate because they just show up from time to time when I have a centipede that's had some sort of an issue. And but besides that, I would think that they'd be they wouldn't exist here in my collection right now, but they still show up from time to time.
Did y'all talk about predatory mites when I was taking a leak?
I did mention the fact that I had used predatory mites a lot. I do want to shout out Nature's Good Guys. Nature's Good Guys has some insane products, insane different types of mites and other like natural ways to remove pests. They don't sponsor us. I don't care. They have insane products. I still have in my room, Matt, I bought a bunch of little satchels from their website that contain a slow release. They release mites slowly over time. So like predatory mites have been. I have all these satchels around my snake room where my centipedes are, and they slowly release predatory mites over weeks to months. And these predatory mites will find any mites and kill them.
I'm going to contact them tomorrow because I want to have them on because I still
Like,
I'm just still
like talk to me, Matt. Talk to me about that technology that we're like. Come on, man. That's insane.
Yeah. No, so I mean, I need to experiment with that more honestly. Like I don't remember if you remember, I told you that I had tried this in the past. I only once I had tried buying a bunch of several species of these predatory mites, and that was back when I kind of had a boom of issues with those parasites, and so I had bought a whole bunch of those little sacks. You know, they like a little tea bag of predatory mites, and I didn't notice any good come of it at all.
So I didn't get multiple species. I got the Swirsky, the Ambliusis Swirsky, Swirskii. I got 25,000 of those, and I just nuked everything. And I did that 3 times.
We call it night jihad.
It literally, dude. They eat the mites from the belly up, so they fall off and they look like, you know, the pasta shape, the shell.
Yeah,
it looks like just a little piece of pasta, like a little Annie's mac and cheese
hollowed
shell.
out.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. It's a huge shout out to Anna for she helped direct me in that point me in that direction. She talks about tiny orange mice to say. Oh man, the ones that I found were small, but the ones that Matt is talking about are even smaller.
Yeah,
are they easy to ID?
I think Brandon mentioned those when we had him on one of the 2 times. Because I've seen, I mean, you'll see Morph Market ads of imported scorpions that clearly have
just
them
look like
hanging
shit.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I can't see the anatomy of these things at all, so I wouldn't be able to ID them at all. I mean, they're tiny, tiny little white mites. The predatory mites I got, I don't remember the species. There were like 3 or 4. That was about 2 years ago. I don't remember the species that I had tried, but I spent a while researching to kind of see if I could figure out what my best bets were. And like I said, I think, honestly, the issue was in the shipping. I think they may have died on the way to my place, and I just actually didn't get any predatory mites. It just died.
Yeah.
So I need to try that again.
I think these people overnight them, right?
So they overnight them, and then they overnight them with, like, the packaging is very good. It's with a cold pack, and then there's like a phase pack in there too. And it's in like a FedEx thing. And so I was very concerned, Matt, because I bought 25,000 of these mites and a bunch of these packets, and
you have no way
I
to
bought
verify
them
if that's actually how many.
May. Right. So there's no way for me to verify if they're dead or not, right? Because these things are so tiny. They're insanely tiny. And they were delivered on my doorstep in my foyer, but it was 97 degrees out, and and I was like, shit, dude. And everything was cool in the packaging. They were all fine and they worked, because with the Java Blacks, the centipede is black. So you can see it looks like dust, but it's not dust, because if you watch the dust enough, it will move. And you will see it move, and you will see groups of dust and large blankets of dust be right next to the bigger mites.
So those are smaller than the mites. They're like the predatory mites are smaller. It's not a matter
by
of
a significant margin, Justin.
Okay.
In my instance, with
envision
the
larger and eating the mites that they're going after.
Not with the mites that I'm talking about. With the mites that Matt is talking about, okay, they might be a similar size.
Yeah, so now that you mention that, so I know for a fact when I ordered my mites, I got them in. There were live mites in there. I saw them crawling around, tiny little things, and I that's the thing is, these people who sell predatory mites have to feed those mites something, right? So they probably keep grain mites within coexisting with them.
These things also eat thrips. So like these Swirsky that I got, they eat a variety of things. So they could be feeding it like springtails. Like because they'll eat springtails too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm just shooting, I'm thinking out loud, as Justin Smith would say.
Yeah, so that was, like I said, I know that I got live mites. I just wasn't sure if those were maybe the food source of what my predatory mites, were supposed to be eating, and those were just the only ones that survived. Because ever since then, I have had grain mites show up from time to time. They don't seem to cause the centipedes much harm.
They're harmless,
but they'll every once in a while they'll have a little boom, and you'll see just this kind of they'll just kind of swarm in enclosure, and then I will usually have to rehouse the centipede, but after that, I don't know what exactly it is that causes them to boom, but those grain mites just show up from time to time, and that's what they looked like to me. Like I said, when I opened it up and I was looking at those little tea bags, and they're crawling around in there, they look like grain mites. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's still a mystery to me. I've only seen it on a couple centipedes. I think 7 in total out of however many I have. So, we'll see how the quarantine process goes. I'm not putting them in the snake room until at least September. That's my thought process. Just to be extra safe.
Yeah.
What about spiders? Have you been pairing any tarantulas? I saw that you paired some tarantulas.
Yeah, no, the only tarantulas I paired recently were some Grammostolepocopes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I have yet to actually rear a successful tarantula sac. I've had a Phonopelma annex. I've had Chalcodes, one or two others at the most, but they've always eaten them before.
Really?
Yeah. So
must be environmental. It's an environmental thing.
Yeah, I just haven't worked with. Yeah, I just haven't worked with them enough to.
Those are tough species, though. Phonopelma are so tough to breed. Same with, Grammostola.
Just
say that again.
The sheer timeline of it.
The conditioning, the environmental, the environment. You have to kind of time it right, especially with that like Texas native shit. Like that's way over my head. That's like not. Yeah. I don't know. I saw that successful pairing. It looked good though, dude. That male was really goofy, but he got the job done.
Yeah. No, I do feel good. I paired him twice now since that guy matured, and I feel good about it. I need to make sure that the female's ready to go, because she's actually looking a little bit gravid herself. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'll need to make sure she's set up, and I feel comfortable that she's that she's ready to go when she lays that sack. But apart from that, I do have a couple others that I'm waiting to mature out. A couple more of Phonopelma. Those are the main ones that I'm kind of working with right now. Some Moderatum, Rio Grande Golds, and more Chalcodes again. Those are kind of the ones I'm trying to focus on. But I don't have any mature males at the moment for that.
Dude, yeah. So, Phonopelma are tough. They're tough. They're
Yeah.
tough ones. It's a patience game. Justin actually sent me a picture of a Chalcodes that he's had for a year, and it is very small, and it's very fat, and it's most likely in pre-molt. And Justin's actually going to retire by the time it matures.
Russ said you got to get them cold.
Yeah, Russ. So that's what I was gonna say, Matt. Is this guy in the comments here, Russ? He has 2 fresh Moderata mature males. You got to get in touch with Russ. I'm gonna get you in touch.
He's in Texas too.
He's in Texas too, and he's in. I don't know where he's. No, I know where in Texas, but he's in Texas. So you got to hit him up, or I'll hit him. You're gonna hit him up, and you guys can talk about spiders that are a fauna pelma and take insane conditions to breed, and then are like 60 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at a fauna pelma. Same with Devin. They're both really good.
Okay.
I got to pair that Lividus again. I'm waiting on. I got to get a mature male, and I just paired Gigas. I paired Histocrates Gigas all by myself. I forgot to tell you. I got the pairing on video too, Justin Smith. I'll send it to you on the internet.
I also figured out why I struggled so much to keep him alive.
Yeah, so Justin is a really funny guy sometimes. Justin over here, this guy right here, he's very funny. He was like, "Oh, dude, you're just keeping them like an OBT, right?" And I'm like, "No, not at all. Like these are like riverbank animals. Like they need deep, moist substrate." And Justin,
I was like, "Why do they keep dying? Like I've got 2 of them so far from Phil, and both of them I'm like, I won't see them for a very long time, and then I'll go and dig them up to do a welfare check, and I'm like, why are they dead? Like, what is going on? And so I'm like, dude, you keep them like you do other baboons, right? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, then I'm just an idiot,
Yeah, but she was super receptive, man, and she's like really mean. And the male just kind of knocked on the door and was kind of a gangster about it, and it was awesome. But he's still. I keep their enclosures next to each other in the snake room, and they talk to each other through the glass or through the acrylic, or through the plastic, whatever the hell it is. And I gotta try that again.
That was the Anna episode where we were looking at the Good Guys website, right?
I don't know. I can send you the website. Wait, you got to play the video. The video I sent.
I know, I'm actively messaging the people's page and wanted to send them the episode that.
Oh. Yeah, it was Anna's. Yeah, it was Anna's episode. Yeah. This is what happens, Matt. Justin gets all excited. So the thing is like Justin, how do they know how many mites go in the tube that they send you? That's kind of where I'm stuck. You know what I mean? Like I buy 25,000. Like how do they know that there's 25,000 in that?
They count them, obviously.
Well, someone's gonna count them because I'm not. Right? I'm certainly not doing that because it's just a bunch of sawdust. Okay. This is what I was gonna say. So with the sawdust, when I applied the mites, when I did it, I bought a big tube of the sawdust with the mites, right? And then I bought all those little packets. And so I hung those packets around the snake room so that my room is full of slow release mite packets because that's who I am. And then with the sawdust, instead of putting it in the substrate where it's going to get moldy, what I did is I put it in super ventilated deli cups, and I put those deli cups in the enclosures.
Okay.
And a bunch of them came out. Yeah, this is it, dude. This is the Gigas. There it is. Look at her.
Oh, nice.
And there's the paintbrush. I'm gonna save. His name is Terp Nuts. That's what the male's name is. Terp Nuts. Is not my male. But yeah, there he is, dude. Doing the deed. He's like, all right, nice work, thank you. And she was like, okay. I've been shoveling large dubia in that enclosure. I'll put 2 in there, dude, and they're gone in the morning. There's a bolus like in the corner in the morning.
Wow. Well, congratulations. It looks good.
Oh, we'll see. Well, dude, we'll see how the cookie crumbles. I've got an HMAC on a sack right now. Another sack. I maybe another 200.
I don't think she's gonna have another 200.
No, I hope not, dude. I can't do another 200. I'll keep like 3, and the rest will just go to Dritz. And then, dude, you saw? I don't know, Matt. I don't know if you saw, but in the ArachNerds community chat on Instagram, Justin, didn't you send that thing where this guy, Justin,
I'm
this
listening.
guy had a wild caught escal, laid a sack, and a bunch of babies popped out. You remember that? Yeah. He's so someone is coming to the Manchester Expo this weekend with that tank, and me and Corey are gonna separate all those babies because you sent that message. Andy was able to get in touch with them and coordinate someone to come pick it up.
This thing's not cooperating.
Look how humble Justin is. Listen to how humble he is. He doesn't even.
I just saw it and thought it was interesting. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, it's cool, dude. Justin just like saving the day. What other stuff you got on eggs, Matt?
Why is it not doing?
Yeah, on eggs right now. You know that Heroes who I recently had on eggs, she went ahead and ate them as well.
No, the green one.
Yep.
Oh, that hurts my heart. That makes my chest sad.
But I had 2 successful pairings like 2 weeks ago, so I'm looking forward to those females laying some clutches. I've got a little Verdis from the Edwards Plateau area of Texas region. She's on some babies right now. Those will probably be ready to separate in about a week.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, no, they're really cool. They're tiny little centipedes, but they're super pretty. They remind me of the Reseda.
The Reseda, yeah.
Yeah, but besides that, I did pair my single pair of Aztecorum a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, you know. I've heard of a lot of people. A lot of people were telling me that Aztecorum were going to be a really difficult one to breed. I mean,
they weren't.
They weren't, and not at all. These were some.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, it was. I don't think anyone's really ever tried, to be honest with you, because that was ridiculously easy.
Really? You just put they just.
Yeah. No, they. Again, those were a couple that I've been raising. I collected those. Let me think. About 3 years ago, I collected those in California as tiny little babies, and raised them up. Thankfully, had 1.1.
Wow.
I thought they were too young to pair, but I was like, you know what? I'll just throw them together, see what happens. Again, I threw the male and the female's enclosure, and they're in small enclosures as well, just little these I don't know how many ounces these are, I forget, but just these little round tubs.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
Had a couple pieces of bark in there. They went to town, did their thing. Everything seems successful, so I'm just waiting now for that female to drop her eggs. It's probably not going to be a huge clutch because those centipedes are not big, but
yeah, but I mean, it's better than no clutch, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So I just hatched H Gigas, H Mag. I'm also sitting on 3 C elegant sacks, 2 Pulcher piece sacks, H Pulcher piece, a Rufus sack, M Balfour sack, 1 Neothele NC sack. And I have another sack too, but I can't tell anyone yet.
Mysterious.
Ooh. Maybe it's Bambus.
Oh. Justin's male Bambus is in pre-molt. Everyone is anxiously awaiting.
Freaking checked on him the other day. It looked like he was about to fucking pop. So I was like, dude, I ain't giving you any food, man. Like, we're going to wait a little bit. Last thing I need him friggin' rupturing on something and
yeah, bro, breaking his peens, dude. We need his peens.
I've got one. What's the genus? Panthobidius.
Panthobidius. Oh, the itchy one.
Insignis from Colombia.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got one male that I thought was going to mature 2 molts ago, and he hasn't yet. But I imagine that he will this next time. I don't have any female, at least no mature females for him. So gonna have once that goes through, I'll have to find him a date. I've got 4 youngsters that are only about 2 inches at this point. But
do you get bothered by the hairs at all?
Not. No. Honestly, I guess I haven't messed with them enough to.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had them for a while, but I haven't experienced a really bad hair flicking event.
Yeah, Panthos really they get me bad.
Phil doesn't like New Worlds.
They're just.
You don't like to itch.
Yeah, I don't like to itch.
No, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Today's the first day in a minute where I've had an actual like true New World like G rosea like type spider in my house. Like an actual like terrestrial New World spider.
And what is that?
That's Smitty's G rosea that he sent me that I'm bringing to our friend Dritz because I'm just kind of the middleman. You know what I mean? She's sitting over there in the Dritz pile, in a new enclosure, and she didn't even kick. It was very interesting. I understand the appeal of a very gentle tarantula. I don't know. Doesn't do it for me. She's nice.
I wish I had room in the box because I was going to sell that or send that male Hamori up there too.
But, is he mature?
No, but he's very close. He's
he's
within the next molt or two. He's going to be ready to go. So
those New World desert species can be so tough, so tough.
I don't see I know. Obviously, a Phonopelma are like I told you earlier when we were texting back and forth, Phil. Like the closest thing to a tortoise you'll probably get.
Yeah.
But people talk about the brackies and stuff taking forever too, but I don't find the brackies to really they are definitely slower than most your old world, New World arboreal stuff for sure. But I don't. Yeah. They don't hold a candle to the Phonopelma, man, because it's watching this Chalcodes just not grow is I look at the brackies and I'm these Aratum are gonna be these male Aratum are gonna be probably good to go in the next I don't know 2 years. Compared to
do you have a female Aratum?
No. Well, I don't know. So I have that one from Mike, but it hasn't molted yet. And I don't know what it is. But I have 2 males that are still small. And that little one Mike sent me, I laughed because you remember the old Friday the 13th movies where Jason pops out of the water as a kid and he's got tendrils of hair. That's what that thing reminds me of because it's so patchy on its abdomen where it was kicking and stuff that it looks just like Jason Voorhees as a kid popping out of the water, and I laugh when I see it because I'm you ugly as shit, boy. But, yeah, Russ said it best. Brackies and Grammys are slow, but a Phonopelma are fucking slow.
Yep.
But that's what makes me wonder, because you see a Phonopelma, Chalcodes, wild-caught Chalcodes and stuff, it shows, and they're adults, and you're how
old as fuck
they have to freaking be.
You see him running around, Matt? Do you see him running around outside?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. Russ tells me about that shit too because he sees them. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. No, we got it's Annex is the one that we have here, and they're just everywhere.
I saw some in West Texas, but I don't know if they were Annex or Hensai. I honestly don't know. I don't have a map so I couldn't tell you what they look, where they are. Russ, tell me what West Texas, like Sanderson and stuff. What species is that out there? Because I saw a good bit of them too when we were out there.
Yeah, I don't think the annex range that far north, as far as I'm aware. You got the annex, and then of course
isn't Hensey then, because Hensey's like the opposite direction, right? Because that's the Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that Hensey possibly Gabii? Gabelli? I can't tell if that's an I or an L. Dude.
I don't know, dude. Dude, Justin, I don't know, man.
It's
I
too
don't know
small.
anything.
Gabelli, yeah.
Yeah.
L, not an I.
Gabelli. Poor guy. Justin.
I need new glasses so bad, dude. I had the prescription. I just haven't gone and gotten the glasses ordered.
Oh, Justin.
I've been busy. He said Sanderson would be Hensai and Armada. Which I have not heard of Armada. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it's all over my head, man.
I have that bicoloratum, and like I said, that's one of my favorites. I love that thing. I want more. And I had another one, but it died.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome. Those are really cool.
Freaking gorgeous, man.
Do you have any old world spiders, Matt?
I know where this is going. Just say no, Matt, because Phil's going to be like, you want some?
No, I'm just curious, dude. Next time I send Matt a box, I'll just send him some shit.
See?
Put some shit in there.
You're like, you want 10 H-Max?
You want 20 H-Max? I got them. Like, yeah, it's bad. I think I have only 10 left, maybe 7, but I have a whole other sack, so we're just waiting. Justin, you probably have like 10 too.
I only have the 5. Well, I have 4 because one of them I lost. One of them had some sort of freak accident and got its abdomen like hung up on a strand of moss or something and died.
I'm weird. Glad it didn't get out. I thought for a second.
Yeah, no, it didn't get out.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
Lost it was in like it rolled. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to focus on more native stuff when it comes to tarantulas, at least.
H-Max could be native if you wanted them to be.
Oh yeah.
That's cool though, Matt. You just find them outside. Like, have you found a pair outside and tried to pair them?
I have, yeah. So the sack. The NX sack that I did actually get was from a mature male that I had collected outside and just paired with my female, and it ultimately didn't end well, but I did get a sack from that pairing. Like I said, the NX are all over the place. Moderatum are a little bit more difficult. I can find those guys if I go out hunting for them. I got to drive a little bit, 2-3 hours. But we do have those guys around here as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember we were staying at an Airbnb, not far from, I think, Alpine, maybe. And I just remember walking around the property and saw, like, hey, there was a massive Western Diamondback under this little shed they had out back, but like not far from that, there was a little hole in the ground with some legs just sitting there, and it was whatever species of a phonopelma there was. And I took a piece of grass and was like messing with it a little bit, and then it finally figured out that it wasn't food and it just disappeared. So, but it was cool to see them because like we just have the wolf spiders and stuff here. We don't get anything like that. And it was really, really bizarre to see those in vinegaroons. We saw some native vinegaroons too, which was really interesting.
Oh, that is super cool. Vinegaroons are metal.
It was wild, man.
As many times as I've gone out west, I've only ever found 2 single vinegaroons. It's just my luck. I know they're out there.
Yeah, it's a matter of
they're awesome.
Yeah, they're cool as hell.
Oh yeah. I've got one right now. It's just a little youngster. That's a species I would like to work with in the future. I've got a whole Oren McMonagle does a book on vinegaroons. And
dude, Oren's the man.
Oh yeah. I've got his book. I haven't read through it because I don't have the vinegaroons. So
yeah, need both pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, his centipede book I have learned so much from it, dude.
Oh yeah.
I
can't recommend it enough. It's the only one out there when it comes to centipedes. But
Do you have The Biology of Centipedes by J.G.E. Lewis?
No.
Okay.
You know,
I'm gonna get it. Do you know what it is?
Yeah,
do you know
actually,
what it is?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, that's an awesome book. That is an awesome book. It talks about average clutch sizes, and it really it explains. I was looking at diagrams of centipede musculature, as well as like a circulatory system and the lymphatic and respiratory system. It really puts a lot of there's a lot of really cool diagrams that explain scolopendra, anatomy and physiology, and I think it's fascinating. It talks about like Scutramorpha and like all the other different kinds of centipedes and shit too. The book was published in 1983, and a lot of the scientific literature that's cited is older than the 1900s, but the anatomy and physiology is pretty fucking awesome, and it's kind of a one-of-a-kind book.
Okay, I'll have to look into that one. That sounds really interesting.
It's freaking crazy, man. I reference it all the time. I was using the chart to just like look into like average clutch sizes and stuff. Yeah. Oh, nice. Justin got a book in German.
I got this bad boy the other day. I used all my Zen reward points that I had been banking for an Amazon gift card and promptly spent all of it on this. It's awesome. So it is in German, but I talked about it briefly on Snakes and Stogies on Monday, but like the times we're living in, dude, are wild.
Crazy.
Because I just downloaded the Google Lens app on my phone, and I can point it, like while the app is open, point it at a page, and it will translate it like
That's insane.
In real time, like while I'm flipping through the pages and stuff. Here, see if I can find the pictures of it that I had. I was just blown away because I was expecting it to be like, crazy difficult to, and like having to take a picture, have it translate it, read it, repeat.
Yeah.
And that is not the case. So like, this is how it is like in German, right? But then if I, with the translated app, it just shows it.
It's so cool.
It's so wild, dude. And you can have it read it out loud if you wanted to, but I found it will.
Wow.
It's a little wonky when it does that, but it's just unbelievable,
cool
man.
as hell.
I'm just sitting there in bed like, this is the future. Like we're living in it. This is just.
It is the
unbelievable.
Future.
So
we are the future.
I want to get more into that book. I want to be able to give it all my focus, and so maybe this weekend, if I have some time, I'll sit down and start it. But I just thought it was awesome because I was like, great, I got to find an app that can take a picture and translate it, and then I'm gonna have to read a billion pictures on my phone to be able to read the book. But with that, it's
easy as 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
What a time to be alive.
And like the accuracy of it is also pretty impressive. And I mean, I'm not that German's necessarily like a complicated language by any means, but like even Hannes was like, when I sent those pictures into the group chat, he was like, wow, it even got like, some of the scientific words right. Like it recognizes scientific names outside of, everything else. Like it's just, I was absolutely blown away. Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy.
So if you get a book that's not in English or your native language, Google Lens will detect what it is and translate it automatically.
We're not sponsored, but we could be Google.
I mean, I know some people probably don't want more Google stuff in their life because they're watching our every move and harvesting our DNA to create clones when the time is right. But this is pretty cool. So it
allows Justin to read a book about
They can have my clone if it means I can read that book.
Yeah.
Just don't make me fight it myself. Don't make me fight me. I'll fight Phil's clone. Phil can fight my clone.
I'd win.
Probably. I ain't a fighter.
Definitely. Yeah.
One thing I want to work with at some point, a completely different topic, different group of animals, but coconut crabs are just when it comes to inverts,
gigantic,
right?
Matt,
big thing.
Oh, Matt, dude, I am so glad. Okay, Okay, yes, you can do that. There are people that sell them. I'm pretty sure there's one on Morph Market right now, dude. Hold up. I'm
Are
literally
those the ones
sprinting.
that
Matt,
Steve-O
I'm
put on his ass in
sprinting.
Wild Boys?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. I'm
wow.
sprinting. Matt, I'm sprinting to
The
Morph
reason
Market.
you made me think of this is because there was a point where I was like, man, has anyone ever tried breeding coconut crabs in captivity,
I don't
right?
even know where you'd start.
I know someone with a coconut crab,
Uh-huh.
and he lives in New Hampshire, and they're not that hard to get, dude. Like, oh god, I gotta see.
As morbid as it is, has anybody tried eating them? Like,
I
Apparently all the time.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
think it's like stone crab. Probably pretty good, right?
Let me see here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically just a giant fancy hermit crab without its shell.
Yeah, dude, right here.
I think that's why they're kind of suffering in their native range, is because people have been eating them up.
Matt, they're for sale. Little baby ones too, dude.
Yeah?
How little is a baby coconut crab?
I will send you guys I'll send you the ad right now, Justin. Matt, I'm literally so glad you brought that up. Oh god, that makes me so happy, dude.
So the reason that I thought of it was just because apparently I think it was in Japan. There was some facility, this was years ago that I was looking into it, but some facility in Japan that has done it. They've actually bred coconut crabs, and they've made a little manual on how to do it.
Whoa, dude, what? You got to do that.
Wow. What?
That's crazy.
So Morph Market says 1, right? But
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look here.
Now, last time I was looking into these guys, I think they were floating around like 400 or something.
Yeah, dude. Let me see here. Is there any?
Look, he's getting it's pinching his. You can see the picture of it latched onto his hand.
That sucks. Like, yeah, dude, they're going for about $400 to $500. And I'm not seeing them anywhere else. They're all sold out. Yeah. Yeah. But
pay that much for earwigs?
That is so cool. Like I really, Matt, if you get into coconut crabs, you got to let me know how you do it, because also how can the animals are so strong that they can crack coconuts with their claws. So like how are you going to prevent that animal from escaping?
I was actually talking to a zookeeper they've maintained coconut crabs in their collection for some time. I don't remember which zoo that was.
Whoa! Really?
But they said it made a terrible exhibit animal because it spent its whole life underground. They never actually saw him out and about. So, but they did in fact that was successfully keeping the coconut crabs. But like I said, at least in the United States, I've never heard of anyone trying to breed them. But there was some sort of a manual a few years back I was reading. And someone else had I think, previously translated it into English. And I think it was in Japan that they were doing that. But
I'm looking right now.
Don't make the enclosure out of coconuts. And then Russ said, I'm going to make a low country boil out of coconut crab. No.
Wait, Matt, I found some literature about the reproduction of coconut crabs in Indonesia.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, I'll put it in the private chat. Check that out. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, dude. That you're just like talking about breeding coconut crabs. Like, this is crazy.
No, like I said before, I want the only species in my collection to be species that I'm working on reproducing in captivity.
Yeah, that's cool though. You're cool. That's cool.
I wonder how many babies those things have at a time.
But like, so what does that even look like? Like, what does a crab courtship ritual even look like, dude? Like, how does that even? I don't know.
No, I mean, obviously the life cycle is going to be crazy because they're going to lay their eggs in the ocean, right? And then
oh, you got to involve water, dude. Oh shit, yeah. And then what about salinity? You got to worry about salinity too, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge, huge process.
Oh, God, Matt, you're gonna embark on this journey, breeding coconut crabs.
Yeah,
and then how do you guarantee they don't escape because they can crack coconuts with their claws?
I think there is a life stage where they essentially behave like a hermit crab until they outgrow any natural shells that they can crawl into, and then they just abandon it entirely, and then they're like a homeless hermit crab. But if I remember correctly, reading about them, you gotta start off the eggs in a sort of environment that mimics the ocean. You keep the larvae in the water until they're able to leave, and then you start them off like tiny little hermit crabs, and then they kind of grow up using shells to protect themselves, and then eventually they outgrow those shells, and then you get the form that everyone's used to looking at, which is this giant
coconut crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can feed them coconuts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at Justin. Hey, you okay over there, man?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm enamored by
coconut crabs.
Like, yeah, the fact that people can even own them.
Like, how many did you just buy?
But just like the fact that people do, I guess, is like shouldn't be that surprising because people do like Halloween crabs and stuff. I guess the Burmese python of the crab world is the next logical step, and the giant coconut crab. Why not?
Dude, why not is right, dude. I mean,
it would be pretty dope if you had a massive aquarium that was like
with a giant crab in it.
But also had like a tidal aspect to it, like a mangrove kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
it would be pretty dope. People be like, "What's that?" It's some fucking coconut crab, dude.
It's my coconut crab enclosure. Why?
Yeah. Don't ask questions. Don't bust balls. Homeboy's cool. I find that you find it funny that the first thing I think of when someone mentions a coconut crab is the one that Steve-O got attached to his ass in Wild Boys, 20 years ago.
Could you? Yeah, that's cool though. That clip is like iconic. I've seen that before. I know there's a video on YouTube of a coconut crab eating a bird.
Holy shit.
Yeah, don't watch it or don't play it, but they're metal. They break into people's trash all the time because they're so strong.
Like
they
raccoons.
Just rip the lids off. Yeah.
Like bears.
They rip bears, but it's just a giant land lobster.
Like something out of The Mist.
Yeah. Like something out of The Mist is right. And that, like, I don't know, dude. You just go outside to take out the trash and there's just like a crab on your trash can. Like, what do? Kick it off and then throw your trash can and go inside? Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, get off that.
Get out of here.
That's like the wow aspect of it, right? Because those are the largest land invertebrate, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So
number one.
It's like you said before, the Burmese python when it comes to snakes, or the folks, the bird eaters of the tarantula world. It's just there's that size that you just can't you can't match, and so you gotta put some focus on that species because it's
it's cool. I mean, it's
cool.
Wild. I wonder though, like if you gave if you gave them something that they could use as a shell at that size, would they? But if they're leaving shells at a certain age, I doubt they're going back.
It's probably not going to be a.
I mean, I guess they could do a certain size when they can like pinch a digit off if they wanted to. That
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I wish something would mess with me.
Yeah. Felt.
I don't know. I can just imagine, as much as I see it in my local PetSmart, people walking in with their boas and bearded dragons and shit. One day, someone just comes walking in with a fucking coconut crab on their shoulder like a parrot.
But what if it like that could break your finger?
If it gets your jugular, dude, you're done.
Like how is it going to get your jugular, Justin? How is it going to get
on your shoulder? It just like be like someone taking a bolt cutter to your neck. I don't know, man. That's just where my mind goes.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I just wouldn't have a coconut crab on my shoulder, you know?
It's just a thought.
You
gotta consider all possibilities. If you ever find yourself with a coconut crab on your shoulder, you have to make sure you have a plan A through Z.
I'm gonna send one to your work. I'm gonna send one to your work.
Dude, I'll let that walk around. We have so many kids coming in and out of there. Be like, oh, ignore him. Don't pet him. See how many kids listen. The ones that don't,
they're going to get pinched, dude.
They're going home without a finger. No crying. We told you not to. I don't want to listen.
It's posted. There's a sign. Beware the crab.
Yeah, ignore our weird alien Roomba. We got just slowly walking around the building. Kids, dude. Guaranteed.
Did you message those Nature's Good guys?
I did, but then Facebook is like playing games. I tried to send them the link. The site. Oh my God, am I having a stroke? Okay. I tried to send the link to the Anna episode, and it's like wouldn't send it. So I think Facebook is like thinks I'm spam, which is fair.
Man, that is fair.
So maybe I'll have to shoot him an email instead. The old fashioned.
Yeah, that sounds way more formal and
it's more professional.
Yeah.
Like we're all about professionalism.
Right. Professionalism here at University of Justin Smith.
Carry it around in a bubble backpack like cat people at the airport. Dude, TSA wouldn't know what to do with that. Can you imagine?
What the fuck?
We don't even know what it is, but we can't allow you on the plane, dude.
Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing in the rules against this, but I simply cannot let you through. Oh, God. That's actually really funny.
I bet you somewhere in Asia they do it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Guarantee you someone in Japan has a bubble backpack with a fucking coconut crab.
I'll tell you, they redid the live fish area at the local Asian supermarket near me. So the amount of live feeder options is insane. I could go to the store and I can get jellyfish for $6.99 a pound. What would I ever feed jellyfish to? What would I ever feed jellyfish to? I don't know. But if something needed it, I could get
sandwiches.
It. And then they also have a bunch of live bass and tilapia that are just alive, like just swimming around. It's like, this is crazy. If I needed some live fish, I could just come through here.
Is this like a local grocery store? Or is this some sort of a chain?
It's a local grocery store, the Super 88 Market.
It sounds like
as soon as you walk in,
your Buc-ee's.
There's a giant bulletin board, and it's a picture of everyone who's stolen something from the supermarket.
Phil's on there no less than 5 times.
If you see this person, like, let a staff member know, and it's in like 4 different languages. It's like, God, I love
stealing
this place.
jellyfish and shoving them down his pants.
Oh man, dude,
he's back.
What a time to be alive.
We have a local one here that they sell ox blood, which I thought was odd.
What do you use that for?
A quart of ox blood. I don't know. I guess they.
What do you need that for?
Use it for soups or something. I don't know.
Satanic.
Maybe. I didn't think of that as an option, but next time we have our meeting, I'll have to keep that in mind. Your centipede would love you, Russ said. For the ox blood? Or for the
satanic dude, it would probably escape.
Shut up. It wouldn't escape. That was one time.
So if Matt, I noticed that you don't keep a lot of your centipedes in tall enclosures. Does that mean that when you work with them, you do so in a larger tub?
Yeah. Yeah.
According to that's breaking the rules.
Did you hear that, Justin? Did you just hear what Matt said? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, all of my centipedes are enclosures that if the lid was off, they could hop right out of it. And that's just for spatial reasons. If I had them all in super tall enclosures, I wouldn't have the space to keep all the ones I have.
Right? Because it's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to have a tub that's tall that you're only using half of, and the rest of the other half is pure empty space.
Yeah. So then whenever, of course, I'm opening them, I have to make sure that they are in something that they would at least have a difficult time falling out of. And so I usually, when I'm working with them, I work with them in a tub that is, a secondary enclosure that is still short enough that honestly most of my adult centipedes could bolt out of if they tried hard enough, but it would at least slow them down a little bit. So I'm always just there, I'm working on them. I've got my tweezers. I can always just kind of scoot them back wherever I need them to be. But when I do have escapes, it does happen sometimes because, sometimes they're just not fast enough.
Don't nod at that, Bill. Don't nod your head.
Happens to the best of them, dude.
Yeah, but I would rather have a little escape from time to time rather than having to reach down into this super tall tub to work with the centipedes. It's just super awkward for me. So
yeah,
it's
okay.
Yeah,
I like how Matt just gets a pass, but I have one little Virus get out, and I'm like,
no, but like he's a
total asshole for it.
He's got his rationale here. He's like, I use a secondary enclosure like this, like. I guess, Justin, where I like kind of lost you a little bit is when you described how you saw the centipede stick its head and shoulders out of the ventilation hole, and then you didn't remove that centipede from the enclosure. That's where I guess I kind of lost it a little bit.
The logic was there, and the logic was sound. Okay, I was like, "There's no way it can squeeze through that thing." Like, its head can pop through, but I mean, it's not gonna come out all the way. It just looks like
not all the way.
A little window or something.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, it's in an obnoxiously tall bin now that I hate. And every time I look at it, I think of you. I'm
good, like, dude. That's what I want. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy.
I don't even know why I still have it. Why
dude? Because you love it.
I should have just sent it to you.
You love it. That's why.
Bill can figure out what to do with it. He can give it to Mike. He can give it to Dritz. He can give it to Warren. He can do whatever he wants.
I would do whatever I want. There's a couple places where I would send it. Actually, I would send it to King of Worms on Discord. King of Worms, dude. Mike sent him my old Asticorum, and I sent him some Whitebeard Plings. He's also a MASH disciple. I would send it to King of Worms.
Well, next time I send you stuff, if I still have it, guess what? It's coming your way, and you can do whatever you want with it.
I'll send it to California.
I have a feeling getting those in a vial is going to be, or a container for that matter, is going to be.
It's honestly not that bad, dude. It's honestly not that bad.
Fucking fast. They're all fast, but like this thing's fast.
But as long as you have the vial horizontally and you just scoot him in, and he just goes in, because there's moss in the vial and he goes in, and it's not paper towel.
I don't think it's going to be that easy.
So I actually use paper towel when I'm packing up mine. And I'll tell you, it is difficult sometimes.
Really?
But of course, I pack up the tube beforehand. I kind of, roll up the paper towel in there, make sure there's a little void in the center. Just like you were saying, scoot the centipede in there. Sometimes they avoid it a little bit because it's paper towel and it's new and they don't want to crawl on it. But, you get them in there and. They run right into the moss when I use moss and they hide. Okay.
So that's why I
think that probably does make it easier because they're like, security.
Yeah, they're like, I can hide here. Perfect. And they run right in, and I taper the moss so it's at like an angle so the centipede can run right in and up and they feel secure, Yeah. So I have been very lucky in that regard. But with larger animals it can be difficult.
That's probably something I need to start doing. I'll have to get
moss is cool. It's really helpful for packing and shipping. I always have a bunch on hand.
That big brick that Dritz sent me the link to that I got that's a lot of moss. And it was like
it's
$18.
lot of
It was a
moss.
smaller bale than what he even sent me the link for. It was the same item, just a smaller amount, and it was.
Dude, he has so much moss in his house. It's insane. The amount of moss that man goes through is staggering.
Like mine's still in a big brick, slightly expanded, and when I need it, I just go and like pinch off pieces of it. And then like
it's
like I don't even have it expanded or anything. It's just crazy. It's a lot of moss. It's way cheaper than the stuff you get at Lowe's.
Yes.
There's so much more of it.
And it's delivered to your house.
Can't beat it.
I prefer it too because it's also like it doesn't have like regular, orchid moss or whatever you want to call it. Like I noticed you get a bunch of like little pieces that like fall off, and then it's a lot messier than this stuff is that I got. So I like it so much more. I'm using it for lay boxes and like humid hides now for snakes. Like I'm sold. I like it so much more than that big box store stuff.
Yeah. I use orchid moss and I love it. So.
Yeah. We are at 2.5 hours. Is there anything else we needed to cover?
No, just Matt, I appreciate you coming back and talking a little bit about your success and kind of answering some questions and shooting the shit with us. Definitely good to hear from you and hear the plings are doing well.
Of course, no, anytime. Thanks for having me, and it's good talking to you guys as always. Always a fun time.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, this episode, as always, is brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com. Shirts, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, in situ line gear, UPF rated 50 plus, UV protection.
Don't forget, go to Tarantula Addicts.
Tarantula Addicts, discord.gg/TA. Check it out. We will see everybody later.